Hey everybody, Jochen Heiden here, and I'm back with the 14 January 1942 Combat Replay and Intelligence Analysis. I have really no idea what's going to happen this turn. I know we've got some operations going on. We've got some supplies. We're trying to get into Rangoon. Still trying to encircle him at Kukong in China. But other than that, I really don't know what to expect right now. So why don't you watch along with me and we'll figure out what Lodrik's up to. And wish us luck. Alright, and here we go. Hopefully we don't have any more Japanese submarine issues this turn. I don't want to lose any more ships. Out there on my whatchamacallit, the sea lanes. Hopefully we were able to successfully reroute a lot of those convoys. So far so good. Okay, everything's going pretty fast here. This is a quick turn. So no night attacks. No sub attacks yet for either of us. Wow, this is what's going on here? Oh, okay, we're seeing a lot of transport ships coming into Rabaul over there. Oh, oh no, oh no. Okay, well, dang it. Ah, dang it. Okay, well, that's not good. So I spoke too soon. He's got submarines now. I think he's figured out that we're transiting between Brisbane and Noumea, and he found this unescorted ship, and I knew it was unescorted. And I thought to myself, you know what? Maybe I should put an escort with this ship, but I didn't. I was like, well, he doesn't have subs out here, right? Wrong. So this thing's probably going to go down. It's not a particularly great AP, but it's still an AP, and we need them. And it sank. Okay, now we're getting a lot of sightings here. A lot of sightings. He's still sweeping around looking for something. All right, another softening upgrade at Clark. This is what he should have been doing from day one the whole time. I don't know why he hasn't been. Unless it's been weather that's stopping him. But, like, there's no good reason not to bomb Clark daily because it just keeps us from building fortifications. Wow, look at this raid. He wants Changsha bad. Alright, so we're taking a fair amount of hits here now. Now, granted, these are relatively small aircraft, but still they add up. Okay. He's bombing Sion now, which isn't great. We do have some aircraft on the ground there. This is damaging to us, though, these supply hits. That's what I'm concerned about. Alright, so another attack on Clark. Ooh, look at this. This is a naval attack. Interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. So this was a naval attack launched from Bangkok, and he is now targeting my supply ships coming in to Rangoon. Very interesting. Okay, well, that's the way it's going to be. So be it. Are you writing this down? 12 Oscars. And these are going to be Oscars. I'm imagining these guys are going to have drop tanks on if they're coming out of Bangkok. If you trace that line, I think that's outside the normal range of an Oscar. And he's really attacking Changsha. Wow, look at this. This is a lot. He is really after that place. And this is kind of where I expected him to be. Okay. A lot of air activity in China today. Ah, another one. Oh, man. Alright, so it looks like a swing and a miss on some of these here. Hopefully we can get this ship into Rangoon before it's too late, before it sinks. And again, he's targeting airfields a lot tonight. Yeah, the supply hits are bad for us. Another raid on Changsha as well. Xi'an, Changsha seeing a lot of activity. I feel like we're still in the AM phase too. My goodness. Oh man, we still have another phase to go. Nice sweeping. He's looking all over for our fighters. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, ground combat. So, there goes Tay Tay. Tai Tai? Tay Tay? So now he fully controls the island of Palawan. All 72 of these poor guys are executed. They surrendered, but they should have just let themselves be killed. They'd be better off. Shock attack at Henyang. Wait, what? How? How did he even get in there? Um, that's extremely concerning. How did he get into Henyang? What? I'm a little confused here. This is a huge problem. How did he get into Henyang? He would have had to have gone through Changsha first, right? Unless he went all the way around this way, but I didn't think you could do that. Oh no. Yeah, this is we got a problem here, guys. I didn't know I had to defend this so soon. Not good. Yeah, that's not good at all. I didn't think that was possible for him to attack there. I didn't think he could even do that. Jeez, I'm a little concerned here. We have a huge hole in our line. Okay, we're getting some ships in here. Some good ships. Okay. Ooh, okay. Wow, check this out. Really good reinforcements here. Hmm. Good reinforcements, but we have a huge problem in China right now because if Henyang falls, we are in dire straits. So we need to figure out where his troops are at and how he got in there, so we can plug that hole and hold that line. Because if that falls, we're finished. It's over. Because all those troops in south China, they were going to get cut off. Wow. Okay. I think we're getting a lot of ships here. These are units I'm just transferring. Okay. I need to see the actual turn file now because we got to figure out how the heck you got into Henyang. Jeez. Okay. Let's look at the intel. This turn was very interesting. So we'll start with aircraft losses, and today we have a further 0 losses and another 3 for him. Looking at this, he lost a Lily, an Oscar, and here a Sally MC-21. This is gonna. I'm putting the pieces together now. What's going on at Henyang? This is a transport aircraft. Okay. So obviously we lost no pilots. Army lost points. We took a little bit, and he ticked up 1, and it's probably due to his defeat at Henyang. Okay. Looking at the ship sunk last turn, we have 1, the Hirondelle. And this is really unfortunate because I thought that I could get it back to Australia without any issues. I haven't seen subs in a while, so I assumed that the coast was clear, and it's not clear. The Hirondelle was actually at Pearl Harbor during December 7th. We converted it into an AP, and then we sent it out all the way to Noumea, and I was just moving it back to mainland Australia. And I sent it by itself thinking it would be fine, and it was not. So that got sunk by sub because I didn't send it with an escort. All right. So let's look at the second. Scrolling through here. Mary's got some activity. Singapore. A lot of infantry at Singapore. Radio transmission to Georgetown and Canton. All right. So one thing I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to look at this combat reports because for whatever reason, the game tells you when the enemy sweeps your mines. To me, that would be like maybe something that I shouldn't know, but it's telling me, so we're going to look at it. So this just told me that our mines that we had at Mary got taken down. So I may have gotten 1 kill out of it, but that's about it. He's wise to it now, so now we need to pick up and go somewhere else. So when you lay mines somewhere, you get 1 try. All right, and once he gets onto it, then you're done. If I go back to Mary and lay more mines, he's going to be prepared to deal with it. All right. Looking at ops report here, we have a lot of reinforcements right now. So check out all the stuff we got. We got several squadrons at Aden, another infantry brigade at Aden. Yeah, well, I thought I had more. Maybe some of the reinforcements that I got were things I was moving around. Some other interesting stuff here is all the troops that we are moving around, to include the Lark Battalion, which we're still evacuating off of New Britain. And we're moving them at a decent rate. I'm hoping to have that evacuated as soon as possible so we can reform the 8th Division at Port Moresby. We got some devices upgraded at Port Moresby, which is fine. We need that. We need that to be as strong as it possibly can. Some would say that this is a waste. Like, why are you going to spend your reinforcement upgrade and devices on a base that you think is going to fall? Well, I don't think Port Moresby is going to fall. That's why. I think we're going to hold it. So I'm happy to upgrade the units there because they need to be as strong as they can be to repel Lodrik. Let's talk about the tactical situation here. And I'm going to go ahead and start in China because this is where a lot of stuff is happening now that wasn't happening before. Things are pretty quiet up at Xi'an. We do have a lot more aircraft activity going on up here, but there's nothing we can do about it because we just have no fighters that can challenge him. So it's better just to pull up, get out of the way. We've got 77 units here, 4 here. And this is the way it's going to stay for a while because he can't break through here and he knows it. Now, here's something that is surprising. The unit count on this just doubled to me. We're at 56 units. This is another death stack. Okay? Where it's going, it appears to be heading straight for Changsha. Now, I don't know why. Personally, I don't think that's particularly smart because... well, I just don't think that he's not going to take it. So I don't know where he's going. But it appears to be heading this way, so he's going to get here and get his butt kicked. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're continuing to maneuver down here to encircle this unit. Right, he's coming in behind us to take Consien behind us, but that's fine. There's nothing there that we need. He can have it. It's undefensible to me. This unit should be crossing the river more or less next turn. And hopefully we can use it to get in behind him and trap him at Changsha. If we trap him in Changsha, he is so done. Because we can whittle away at him then. So, this is what caught me off guard earlier in the video when I was exclaiming about the fact that troops were attacking me at Henyang. And I was like, how could this be? What is going on? How could he move troops all through here? Because the way I did this was that I put units at the strong points, at the choke points, right? I didn't think there was any way for him to get to here unless he came to this hex and crossed straight across here. And then, but I would have time to react because that would take him 2 weeks to get across this terrain because the roads don't connect here. So I knew that I would see him in this hex and I could react accordingly. But he just materialized out of thin air. And how could he do that if he didn't walk by our bases? Well, remember that Sally that we saw? It was a transport plane that he used to transport these units here. And how do I know? Let's look at the combat report. Where is it at? Right here. Ground combat Henyang, Japanese shock attack. Obviously, he got his butt kicked because we have fortification. We have more troops, more assault value right off the bat. And he was coming in with a shock attack. So, I get it. But, look at here. Yokosuka 1st SNLF, 1st Raiding Regiment, 3rd Raiding Regiment. These are all paratroop regiments. He sent paratroops into Henyang to try to get behind us and block us off. I didn't understand it at the moment, but now I get it. I just didn't think Lodrik would use his paratroops in this way because he had to know that that was a defended hex, right? And he's not going to get enough troops in one go to make this happen. Be that as it may, he dropped them in there, and I expect there to be more drops next turn, and I really hope that we can hold out. We do have fort. The adjusted what is it? The AV is in our favor, right? And here's the thing: if you look at the hex side control, he dropped himself into a completely surrounded hex, and now he's surrounded and he's cut off, and these guys are not going to have supply anymore. So what are we doing? We're moving everybody in here. We're gonna go gangbusters in here and surround this unit and destroy it. So it would be in Lodrik's best interest not to drop more troops in there, because if he does not take the hex, he's gonna get surrounded. He's got one more turn, maybe 1 to 2 turns to get something in there, because these guys are gonna get there quick because the roads are good, right? And when we get in there, anything that's in there is gonna be locked in and dead. And he's not gonna be able to get past Changsha to reinforce him. He's not gonna bust through Pinsiang. He's not going to get through Kukong, so he cannot reinforce this unit unless he drops more troops in there. And if they don't win, they're dead. So this is actually better for us than I thought, but it really caught me off guard because I haven't seen him use paratroopers yet in a campaign. In this campaign, anyway. But, you know, I think we can hold for another turn. This unit is basically intact. All right. Morale seems good. The disruption is extremely low. They got supply. They got everything they need. Okay, And they have fortification level. And we got our artillery regiment that we're unpacking here now. And I got multiple units heading in as well. So within a turn, we're going to have more troops in this hex, and I think we're going to be able to hold. And he's going to lose all these guys. Did he screw up? Did he make a mistake? I feel like this might have been a mistake. But, you know, hey, no more redos because he blew it on the Sion operation. So I think I'll just take this win here when we get it, hopefully. So that's China. Let's keep moving on because things are happening in Burma now. So I have aircraft at Rangoon, right? But I have them kind of just staying in the hex. I completely neglected the fact that he may do naval attacks, and that's exactly what he did. So he launched several naval attacks out of Bangkok at this transport squadron that we got into, that we're getting into Rangoon. They came up one hex short. I tell you, if they had gotten in this turn, that attack would have been a miserable failure for him. But he got him in, and let's take a look at some of the damage here. So basically 2 ships have been hit. This one is probably not going to make it. I don't see it surviving much past the next turn. This ship should be fine if it doesn't get hit again. We will get these supplies into Rangoon, and it couldn't come at a better time because we are using supplies from Rangoon to supply China right now, and I'm dumping a lot of supply into China this way. So we need the supplies there, but I didn't take into consideration the naval attacks by his aircraft. So if these get into the hex, they'll be fine. I'll put it to you that way. Other than that, we're taking this opportunity to move ships around as we can, but I just noticed this. We have a 3-ship task force moving northwest, which is this way, but he could easily go this way. So we're going to go ahead and probably stop moving ships right now. We're going to park them in Akyab and Cox's Bazar until we know where this guy's going. It'll be very interesting to see where he actually goes. But this is okay, a light cruiser and 2 battle cruisers. I don't know how great that intel is right now, but 2 battle cruisers, maybe Congos. So it looks like he's sending some Congos up here. For what purpose, it remains to be seen. It doesn't seem very wise, especially if there's only 3 ships in that task force. But we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we can get something going on that. Actually, in Malaya, something good just happened. We just got into Taiping, and there's nobody there. So we're gonna take this next turn, and we're gonna hard block his railroad. Okay, I don't know how long we're gonna block it for. Well, we're gonna block it for at least a while. So now he's gonna have to get through all of these things, and including taking Taiping. So we've really kind of slowed him down in Malaya. We've blocked the railroad for a good little bit. Should buy us a couple weeks, I think, all said and done, once he fully digs us out of these areas. But I think he kind of made a mistake by not getting these troops moving faster because, we're blocking them now. Both rail lines in Malaya are sealed off. So we'll see how that goes. But Taiping, we're going to take it back. Can you believe it? We're actually taking back a base. Now, in Kuala Lumpur, he's got a sizable force. I don't know how many troops this is, but it's probably a lot. So when they do move out and attack, it won't be good. But again, he's going to have to move 1 hex at a time. All right. Still pretty quiet down here in the Dutch East Indies. He did clear our mines here at Mare. We have his carrier task force, which is has light carriers that were over at Babel and then here and here. I assume they're moving to Singapore to continue operations further north. He did recently take Sambas, and I am just waiting for him to attack at Singkawang because there's no good reason why he shouldn't right now. The Dutch East Indies, other than that, are pretty quiet. Things in Australia are quiet still, at least on Western Australia. We're still getting supplies into Perth, which is awesome. And we're getting some resources out of Port Hedland. Coming around to this side of of Australia. This is where we lost the Hirondelle. So we know that we know for a fact now he has submarines operating in this area right now. So that means no more unescorted ships going between Brisbane and Noumea. I have plenty of escort ships in place now, so I can do this, but I can't send anything by itself because he will pick it off. And I get why he did it. Lodrik's not dumb. Can you see this? Draw a straight line from Brisbane all the way to Noumea. It makes sense that this is the way you're going to go, right? If you're going the fastest way. So I don't blame him for doing what he did. I can see how he could come up with that on his own. So no foul play here whatsoever. He just drew a straight line and said, I'm going to put a sub here, and he got me. So good job, Lodrik. You win this one. If we take a look here, you'll notice that we just unloaded some special cargo here. My P-38s from the West Coast, from LA, have just arrived. So what we're going to do now is we're going to rebuild these 3 units. And you're probably asking yourself, why did you separate them? Well, this is why. When I transported them across the ocean, I put them on 9 transport ships because I wasn't sure what the sub-activity was going to be like. And I wanted them I wanted them split up into smaller units so that if I lost any one transport, I wouldn't lose the entire squadron. Okay, if you have the transport to do that, I recommend you do because it reduces risk. You lose 8 planes as opposed to 23 planes. So, but we got these P-38s in place, so we can get those moved up north and reinforce our area up here, which has been the target of Lodrik's frustration several times now. But between what I've got in place and these new reinforcements, I feel confident that we're going to be able to have sufficient aircraft in place to repel another attack by his carriers if and when they show up. So I'm really happy about that. Last thing I'll talk about here is that I've changed up the routing of our task forces here because he killed our big tanker over here last turn. I've rerouted everything and it will never go that way again. This is the last time I'm going to show you guys this because I think this is kind of OPSEC related. I don't like anybody knowing the exact routing of my supply convoys because it's critical to me that my supply lines stay open. And if I have a spy or a mole in my audience here and some of this information finds its way to Lodrik, which again, I doubt that he's even interested in something like that, but what if it is? This is the last time you guys are going to see this unless something big happens out here. But I've rerouted everything and I think we found a way around him. Noumea is continuing to build up strong. We got lots of supplies. We've got a little more activity at Luganville now. We've got more engineers on the way. We also have tons of supplies there. So Luganville, we're going to start getting that ready to go. And that's going to be our jumping off point in the future for any attacks into the Solomons. Very historical like, right? Because Operation Watchtower in August of 1942 started from Espiritu Santo, right? It came out of this way and went that way. So we're building up to get ready for that eventuality. Other than that, I think that's basically all the exciting parts of this round. It definitely, China's getting hot. We got a death stack here. We got paratroopers coming in here that are now surrounded. We're on our way to surround Lodrik down here, and hopefully we can repel this unit. And then from there, who knows what will happen next. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me and Lodrik. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I sure did. This is a lot more exciting. There's a lot more moving parts going on here now. We got bombers down at Rangoon. We got Lodrik dropping paratroopers. We got subs interdicting us down here. Yeah, get it a little more exciting again, and I'm happy about it. So keep watching. Next turn should be great as well, and then we'll see what happens. Take care.